still and know that I am God.
Yes.
I will be exalted among the heathen.
Yes.
I will be exalted in the earth.
Amen.
The word of the Lord.
Amen.
Thank you. Yes, we're going to do the second hymn, and again, our sister Harriet will lead us in doing that.
Shall we stand and sing, Great is thy faithfulness? Great is
thy
faithfulness,
O God, my Father, there is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Great is thy faithfulness, O Lord, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Thank you. Shall we be seated?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's time to present the tribute about our late brother, and I have the singular honor to do that myself. Tribute to our late brother, Professor Moses Yao Agbanyo. Professor Moses Yao Agbanyo, 64 years, died on Thursday, 24th of January 2019 at the Westboro Healthcare Center, that is in Westboro, Massachusetts. He leaves behind 3 brothers, that is Edward, George, and David, and 2 sisters, Rose and Rosina. Moses was born in Ghana, West Africa, to the late Seth and then Harriet Saki Agbanyo. He attended Evangelical Presbyterian primary and middle schools in Ghana. In fact, Professor Moses was a very intelligent boy who passed his common entrance examination and went to Pando Secondary School at the age of 11. After his GCE, for those who don't know, in Ghana, we write a GCE, a General Certificate of Examination, ordinary level examination. He passed with distinction, and then he proceeded to Bishop Herman College, which is also in Pando, and then from there to the University of Ghana, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree. He did his 1-year mandatory national service at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Dr. Moses continued his education in Canada, where he obtained his Doctor of Philosophy degree at the University of Windsor, Ontario, that's in Canada. His majors were biochemistry and chemistry. He accepted research and teaching position at the Department of Medicine and Pharmacology, that's Faculty of Medicine at the University of Manitoba, Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada. There he taught medical students and also was an advisor to the graduate students. From Manitoba, Canada, Professor moved to the United States where he taught at several 2- and 4-year colleges. He has about 40 years of academic experience, numerous scientific publications, and presentations to his credit. He loved politics, he was an avid reader, and enjoyed teaching. Moses was outgoing, outspoken, and a very friendly person who loved life. May his soul rest in peace. Amen.
Amen.
So friends, if there are other eulogy from friends or you want to say something about Moses, the floor is open. We give you some 2 minutes to say some few things about Moses. Then we can what you best remember Moses about, or you can remember Moses of. The floor is open to share that with us.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Praise Him.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
My name is Omeka. I didn't know Prof, as he's affectionately called, in person really, because when I started teaching at His Grace, he wasn't there, he was ill. So I knew him on his bed, his sick bed, but I went to visit him because of Mr. Bob, and he spoke highly of him. And normally it is good when persons are alive, because we have a saying in Jamaica, don't scatter roses after I'm gone. And so it was good to go and visit him based on what I've heard. How he lived his life, his love for life, his love for people, his love for education. And coming to know Mr. Bob, and going to the home to visit him, even though when I go there and I say hi, he didn't understand, but just the feeling of myself going there, and for him to be able to look at me, not knowing who I am, just for him to look at me, knowing that someone is there to see him, that gave me good feeling. And I've always said that I wish I knew him, because I'm not a person of science. I don't like sciences, even though I did my nursing back home in Jamaica. I didn't like the sciences, I didn't like math. But I always say, if I had known him some years ago, I would be the perfect nurse.
Yeah, wow.
Right?
That's good.
Or even further, based on his love for knowledge, his love for education, and how he taught persons. So I just want to say, my deepest condolences to the family, to his friends, his close friends, and that it just goes to show, as I said before, when someone is alive, give them everything that you can, because I'm sure Mr. Bob, you all feel well, well deserved, well happy, because you showered him with love before he passed on. So it is good to show someone love before. And I said, it's just a pity for me not knowing him before he passed, because probably I would be the best person ever in the sciences. So all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. That's good.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
My name is Harriet, and little did I know, Prof's mother is also called Harriet. I met Prof at His Grace Learning Center. I finished Worcester State. I was not getting job. So I heard this from the radio, His Grace Learning Center. So I decided to come and help. So I was volunteering. It was where I met Prof, and his knowledge, what is in that small head, you cannot like understand. It's just a gift. I wanted to do nursing, so I went to Mass Bay and I started these sciences. It's because of the science background I didn't have. When I came here at first, my husband wanted me to do nursing. I just brushed those things out aside because I know I don't have science background. So I was just running away until I finally decided to do it. So when it came to chemistry, as I was doing my volunteering here, and I met Prof, anytime I bring question, Prof doesn't even think about it. He looks at the question and says, this is this, this is this. And he will just be calling the answers like that. And I was so much impressed about his knowledge. In fact, he really helped me. Most of the assignments, when I start doing it, I'm struggling with some things, I just come and Prof will just take me through. Just like that, without like taking a book. No, he doesn't take any book, any chemistry book to like study it or do anything. You just look at the question and say, oh, this one will be this, it will be this. And when you verify, you see that everything was perfect. So in fact, we have really lost a great person. Yes.
Brain.
So I was asking Prof when Mr. Stedo, when I came here this evening, that so where is all this knowledge? Where has it? And he said even the doctors asked, because now they can tap whatever is in your brain. And I was saying that I wish he did not donate, and he said he did. So once you donate, when you are going to register to vote, you donate an organ. They take it right there before you like go spoil, like they just take the thing. Even right, they pick you from the nursing home. That is the first thing they do. They take the organ they want. And he said that the doctors were saying that how did he kept all this knowledge in there? So they even know what is inside that brain. We have really lost a really great, how do I say it? In fact,
Genius.
oh my goodness. But all I can say is that may his soul rest in perfect peace. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And we thank God for having him. And these children who passed through his hands too, I thank God that they've also learned something from him, even before he fell sick. We thank God, and all we can say is, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Okay, let me add to what my sister Harriet has said. On the 24th of February, everything happened in February. We took Prof to the hospital. After the doctors made their scan, they called me. Are you the brother? I said yes. We want to make a scan of his brain. I said, okay, go ahead. So they took a picture and showed the picture to me. They said, do you see this? How did he do it? How did he manage to put all this information in his head? I said, well, I don't know. The doctors were impressed, really, really impressed that he's able to put this, that so much information into his small coconut. Yeah. The doctors were asking, how did he do it? He cannot speak, so I don't know. Yeah. Today, if you die, whatever is in your brain, they can download it onto a computer. Read whatever information they need, they take it. Whatever they don't need, they trash it. We're in a technological age, information age. So that's how the world had become. Indeed, we have lost somebody. Yeah, those who knew him, knew him. Nobody ever came across this man and said, oh, I gave him this, he could not do it. The answers are here. In fact, since he joined his Grace Learning Solution, we had never presented any child to the district competition, and then the child or the student came back failed. All the awards, we swept them. All the science awards, we collected everything. It was when he started, he fell sick, that we stopped presenting students to the districts. But very soon we shall start again. With the mathematics, we shall start again.
Amen.
Every year, I guarantee 5,000 will come to our program.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Okay.
No, no, it's okay. I'll be speaking to that.
All right, praise God.
Hallelujah.
We have the MC that have been standing before his now come. But before I hand over to him formally, I also want to, aside the tribute that I've read, say a little about the prof I know. As you all know, being an academic and not so established in America, coming from developing country into the academic here, you need somebody to mentor you. So having heard that, oh, prof was equally an academic, he finished XYZ, is doing this, I said, oh, good. Then let me be with this man so that at least together he can share some of his experiences, how they go about things with, in the system with me. And prof has never disappointed me. And through that, we have gone to so many, we move from one place to the other, share things in common, whatever experiences, he tried to share it with you. Oh, prof, I would like to do this. No, even do it this way. He will tell you so many, give you so many ways how to go about whatever you want to do. And that is the kind of man that he is. About 3 years ago, I went to Ghana, and it's like, so, my family is here. When you go, locate them for me. And prof, I said, okay. I went. Now, what the the funny aspect is, by the time I get to Ghana, where he was pointing me, oh, the people are here. Nobody was there. Why? They have demolished places, they have done new construction. So his vision, his plan of Ghana then, how Ghana was when he left Ghana, was no longer like that. So when I came back, I said, prof, you need to go back to Ghana. So we've been, teasing him. Then his sister in Ghana said, oh, my brother is alive? I said, yes. Tell my brother to come. So when I came back, I was telling prof, your sister said, come. He said, oh, you heard me, I won't go. I said, yeah, prof, it's true. The healthcare system there is not so effective. So better take care of yourself here. And he said, oh, yeah. So we shared a lot of friendship with Professor. We did a lot of things together. And for some of us, it was really painful. I don't know how you feel, but for me, yeah, because I see him as another mentor for me in my academics. So that anything, because he has passed through the system, whatever challenges in academia, I go to him, he talking. But now that he's no longer there, I believe we also find somebody to fill the gap there. He has, leave us a huge gap, a vacuum has been created, but we pray that God himself will help us fill that vacuum. And as we do that, I just want to encourage all of us that none of us here knows about tomorrow. I do a lot of things with Prof. My charismatic movement is, even I won't go. I say I will not worry you. But Presby is here. I took Prof to Presby Church. He went there. Then he gave me, at the end of it, he gave me his comment. Yes, but I would have been very happy if Prof had held unto the Lord our God as he was when he was in his youth age. I don't know what some of us may be doing now, but I want us to rededicate our life to God so that none of us here knows when our Father will call us. But Prof, May you rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Mr. MC, I give over the podium to you to take off from there. Thank you.
The Apostle Paul said something, and I think we can all learn something from it. He said, I have fought the good fight, and what is left for me is the crown. A lot of us, we call ourselves Christians, and we believe we are Christians. As to whether we are indeed good Christians or not, I think I am, but the Lord really knows whether I am or not. But I think the most important thing is the way you touch people and the way you affect people you come into contact with, no matter what you do. And I know I'm one of those people who have been in Worcester for a long time. I came to America, I was very young, and I go back to my country. I'm one of those they call Samo. So I saw Prof, I think about 2002. I had been here for a while. I was taking classes at Quincy, and I went there. I saw him. He spoke with me. He was very chatty. He spoke with me, and I felt, like maybe one of those old people trying to be nurses. And then he went, and one of my friends said, "Hey, I said that and he said, no, he was being said. He wouldn't say of a PhD, wouldn't say a child. I said, wow, because I'm used to a lot of people who are, the attitude is, do you know who I am?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know, somebody can tell you, where I'm from. Somebody can tell you, hey, my daddy is me about victory. We call that mpoetra. You see, the person is very rich. They want to show it off. The person is very, very brilliant. They want to show it off. And at the end of the day, they become lords and bosses and master and professor and Dr. So-and-so and whatever. But, as we have all heard, Dr. Agbanyo, he was very brilliant. He was very accomplished. He was very, very intelligent. And nonetheless, he was very, very down to earth. It doesn't matter who you are. He will meet you. He will talk with you. He makes you feel comfortable. He makes you feel like you are on the same level as him. He was humble without trying to be so. That was, he did that without effort. And for me, based on the little that I know of him, that is what I took from him. That, at the end of the day, we are all going to go 6 feet under. It doesn't matter whether you are, Donald Trump, or you are the head of surgeon at UMass, or you are the housekeeper. It doesn't matter who you are. The most important thing is how you touch people and the way you affect them and what people can gain from you. And especially if you do it with humility and with care, without letting people feel inferior to you, that is, that's how Jesus did it. Some of us go to church, every Sunday and more. And yet when we are in the church, I am the elder, and if you are not careful, you sit on elder's chair, you'll be in trouble. Hey, don't talk to him like that. Don't you know he's the pastor? And Jesus was the head of this huge kingdom, and he came down
And me and you who are nothing, he spoke to us like we were his equals. And that is what Prof did, even though he didn't go to church as much as I would have wanted him to go, and he didn't pray as much as I do. He didn't speak in tongues, but you know, he did it in his own way, and he showed us humility and being there for other people and being down to earth. And me personally, that is what, you know, his life gave me.
Amen.
So,
Amen. Is there any more? Okay.
So the time, Reverend, yeah.
Amen. Grace and peace. When I say grace and peace, you all say grace and peace to me. Grace and peace.
Grace and peace.
Amen. I bring you greetings from Greensboro, North Carolina, and also from the family, the entire family in Ghana. I call him Bra Moses because we grew up with him in Achimota. And yeah, Bra Moses, very, very quiet, growing up, very smart. In fact, he's a trailblazer. In the family, he's the first to go to 5-year secondary school, and also to sixth form, and also to university. So it's a record that he set, but he did it all again in humility, very, very meek and lowly, but also very stern. You know, I had to speak to some of the family, Rose and Rosina and George, to get their testimony about their brother. And growing up, he emphasized education. Church was not something that really, in fact, he would even discipline them for going to church. I observed the discipline was very strong. You know, George will be whipped, Rosa Regina will be whipped. Don't have to go to church. But lately, and that is where the testimony comes in, because he called George, spoke to him, apologized for all the things that he did, then disciplined them, asking them not to go to church. What prompted him to do that, I believe it is the Lord touching his heart. It's somebody who has made it about 10 and has surrendered his life to Christ. Rosina came to visit with him in his house here in Worcester and spent time praying with his brother, and then led him to Christ. His brother knelt down and prayed. She prayed for him. So, like you were saying, he did it his own quiet way. And I remember when I came here, when he was sick, you know, we prayed for him. He was in a coma, but you could see tears, you know, like one who has really, you know, received the Lord into his heart. So most of us wouldn't know what the confession that one makes when he or she is in a coma, as long as he's not dead. And for me, I believe strongly that my brother, because he's my senior brother, we grew up together, came to know the Lord before dying. His brother Kwejo, the older brother, also sends his greetings, and we want to thank God for Brother Bob. Thank you so much for putting this together. You know, I'm not in North Carolina, Kojo is in Houston, and then the rest in Ghana, and then the other one in New York, who just called to let us know why he isn't here. And for all of you here also, it really makes us know that we have a family, and we appreciate your presence so much. We appreciate your presence so much. Yes, Moses was very, very gifted. The Lord gave him brains. You know, when we talk, when you read history or read a science, they talk about Einstein and all those guys, but we have an Einstein here, more than an Einstein. You know, when I was